As much as I hated doing my own homework when I was in school, I've come to enjoy helping my son Alex with his. This time, it was a photography project where he had to take a series of headshots under different lighting conditions. He handed me his phone, eager for my help. "Did you get some good ones, Mom?" Alex asked, posing in his school uniform. "I think so," I said. "Let me check before you change." I don't usually go through his phone, respecting his privacy, but I was curious. I scrolled through the photos, carefully examining the lighting and angles. I was pleased with how they turned out. "Yeah, we've got some good shots," I said. "I'll go shower and get to my homework," Alex said, heading for his room. "Can you make me a chicken and mayo sandwich?" "Sure," I replied, still holding his phone. As I scrolled through the photos, I came across a video. It wasn't much, maybe 30 seconds, but it made my stomach churn. The video showed Alex and his friends laughing and filming Mrs. Evans, the school janitor. They were mocking her for being so old and making fun of her still working. I felt a wave of disappointment wash over me. Imagine being that ancient and still cleaning up after kids. Alex's voice came through. I froze, hurt by the cruel words. I paused the video, feeling angry and disappointed. Alex had been raised to respect people, no matter their job or background. I knew I needed to talk to him, but not right away. I wanted him to understand the weight of his actions first. There was something Alex didn't know about Mrs. Evans. She wasn't just any janitor. She was the mother of Mr. Evans, one of the wealthiest men in town. He ran a car dealership and had built a successful empire. Mrs. Evans worked because it gave her a sense of purpose, not because she needed the money. She could have retired but chose to stay connected to the school and community, especially after her husband passed away. Alex didn't know this, and I decided to let him learn the truth on his own. The opportunity came during Career Day, an event where professionals from the community talked to students about their careers. I'd been invited to speak about real estate, and when I saw Mr. Evans was also speaking, I knew this was the perfect time for Alex to learn a lesson. I didn't say anything to Alex about the video or Mrs. Evans. I let him go to Career Day without knowing what was coming. Later that day I was busy at my booth when Alex came home. His face was pale, and he barely touched the pizza I'd brought for dinner. "What's wrong?" I asked. "Nothing," he muttered, looking uncomfortable. After a long pause he finally spoke up. "You know Mrs. Evans, the janitor?" "Of course," I said, raising an eyebrow. "Well, her son spoke today. He's the guy with the big car dealership," Alex said. I had no idea he was her son. He talked about how his mom could have retired but she chose to keep working because it gave her purpose, and I have that video of me making fun of her. I stayed silent, letting him continue. "I feel terrible," Alex said, his voice shaky. "I didn't think about her life. I was mocking someone who chose to keep working because it gave her meaning. I wasn't making fun of a janitor, I was making fun of someone who did something important." It was clear to me that Alex understood. The lesson had sunk in. "How do you feel about it now?" I asked. "I feel like an idiot," he replied, ashamed. "I want to apologize to her." I could see he was truly remorseful. "How about we bake some cupcakes for her?" I suggested. "That sounds like a good idea," Alex said. That afternoon we baked cupcakes together, and I could see Alex had learned something important. He wasn't just apologizing. He was taking responsibility for his actions. I was proud of him for realizing his mistake and trying to make it right. Sometimes the most valuable lessons come from our own missteps.